says I'm live. Hey there, everyone. This is KT. I haven't put the link out yet, so I don't think anyone knows. Let's just snag the link. Snag it from there. Should I post it on Twitter? Yeah, I probably should. Just to gather the users. Gather a couple of users. Demonstration window so that I can see if we are good. Did I read that right? I hope you did, Peter. How you doing, lad? Tell me how the audio is. Tell me how everything looks and sounds. I know the camera is a bit of a problem. The light level is a little rough on leftmost game. Okay, that was the soft goal today, is to see how long does it take to hatch a half of the full inventory. But I didn't finish 7 last night, so this is how long does it take to hatch 8 boxes. How you been, Peter? I haven't seen you in a little bit. Last time I remember really talking to you was during Safari Week. Hope things are well. Hope you were doing alright. I think this song is like 8 minutes or something. What's going on? What's going on, Nintendo? I should not listen to Curve right now. Don't need Eisenkelk. Let's just go with the normal playlist. Really get bass boosted. I hope that isn't too overly sensitive and that you can hear everything. But yeah, I will get a better mic situation at some point. I've been saying that for a while, but the issue is that I can't have it on this desk, otherwise moving the consoles would be too noticeable, it would be too noisy. And hopefully things are balanced. Hopefully things are good. Is it too loud? Okay, hang on. I tried turning it down. I don't know if there's like a stream delay or if there's what the problem is. I did try turning it down. How's this? This is minus 30 decibels. Is this too loud? How is it too loud? I turned it down so much. Now it's perfect. Okay. Okay. I figured it was just a stream delay. That makes more sense. More sense than it was still too loud because I tried turning it down first. Alright. Eggs. It's time to get on the egg grind. So I was blessed with insane luck last night getting our first shiny Smoochum. But the thing is, because Jynx and Smoochum are both egg exclusive, I'm gonna go for a second. Also, this happens every session. One game gets the egg way too early. So we want to hang out around here just to get tied up. Okay, you have to turn me up. Okay, you're not helping this. So this is the mic on like nearly max volume. You should be able to hear my heartbeat. You should be able to hear like everything. I know it's not in the best position. I will try and get a better mic position. One of those like podcaster standing mics, so it doesn't need to be on anything. But this should be louder. This should be easier to understand. Or we just go back to using the old shitty mic, which sounds very bad. I appreciate this. I'm glad you guys are willing to share audio problems. Every now and then I'll start a stream and there's no one around and I just have to hope that things sound fine for a little while. We hear you good. Alright, appreciate it. You have your PC at 60 when I usually have it at 10. This is the issue with streaming, is I can't tell if what you mean is past tense. You have a good mic? Well, maybe you should start streaming like the buzz. You should explain what your TASBot script thing does. That'd be like a cool educational thing. I haven't been paying much attention to these Smoochums. I'm so glad I did. Like, I was freaking out each time I hatched one, but when I finally got it, I knew right away. Like, wait a second, hold on. This one's slightly too bright, so I don't think I would miss it. Which is reassuring. Now I can like pay a little bit less attention to the hatches itself. Okay, so we're definitely behind pace because I was yammering and messing with audio settings. My goal was to see how quickly can I hatch half the inventory. I don't know what any of those words mean, Electabuzz. This is a English-only stream, though we will accept kind Japanese posters. Use that 10 when I watch Breeze, Wily, Sandy, and I have to crank it up to 50. That just means your PC needs to put in more work for me. I didn't even finish hatching. What's going on? All that you're telling me is that they are worth like 1/60th the attention as my stream. Not even on the bike. Beast mode cheat mic. You have a blue snowball. I have I don't even know what it's called. FifeNet something or other. It's like an actual podcaster mic that I don't utilize as much. Don't utilize it enough. Exactly, yeah, your PC needs to just quick claw. You need to get some quick claw for your ears. Okay, now this is gonna be such a scut. This is like a terrible metric for how fast this takes. But the good news is that we're getting 20 per PC, like swap. Because we're depositing 5 that we just hatched. This is the annoying part, is scrolling all the way over to the box. And then we have 5 fresh ones. Yeah, I'm very, very hyped to make a video about this. I'd like to get 2, obviously, so that I can say, look, I got a Jynx and a Smoochum. But the odds are pretty stacked in my favor that's going to happen. However, I have another idea which I call Desperation Mode, which is where I would just speed run to the Mach Bike in Sapphire, then move all the eggs on, then hatch all of them. And that would be a pretty slow process. That would not be fun, but that's why we call it Desperation Mode. That's because I finished hatching on all of my cartridges. Now we're just like, now we're desperate to get one of them to shine. So if Desperation Mode comes up, well, I learned a little bit about the speedrun. It isn't too hard, especially if you do it on English and you're lucky enough to get a rare candy from pickup. The nail glitch speeds it up even further. You can just have a Swampert to go and crush Rival 2. It is, yeah. It's not as fast. I think, you know, maybe that's a good argument. I've always theorized that there's a faster spot in Lilycove. So maybe just for you, Amaryllis, we'll try that for the next batch. We'll go to Lilycove and see if that route is any faster. I've said a bunch of times, I'm not really a fan of eggs. That shiny smooch from yesterday was my first ever shiny hatch, and I've always found eggs to be just a bit too slow. I'm realizing the white balance on the camera, you can barely even see the smooch when it spawns. Yeah, why was this? It looked way nicer last night. What did I do? Is that better? Maybe that's better. You guys tell me if the left game is too dark, too hard to see. Unless there's an egg move you don't bother with for RNG, they're a hassle. Yeah, fair enough. Crystal eggs are fun. You have to go vertical for eggs in Gen 2. So that's like super annoying to multi-system. Yeah, this is kind of an impromptu thing. How are you guys doing? I don't have a whole lot to say about this because I want to make a video about the egg method. But I'm still just so energized from getting that Jinx last night. And this is what's really nice, is that because we're doing by 20, I always know when it's time to go cash in eggs. Yeah, let's try Lilycove today. Just for a little bit. We did the 1 out of 64 thing for Typhlosion. Nice. Doesn't that involve like a glitch in Gen 1 where you have it clone or have it transform into the red Gyarados and that like kind of messes with it? I know very little about Gen 2 breeding. Besides that it's like pretty different. Okay, this is my theory for Lilycove. This might be slightly faster. I don't know that it is, because I'd have to go into the contest hall to trade eggs. And that to me just seems like it would be slower. But you got this stretch right here. This is undoubtedly shorter. Yeah, I think Mauville is probably faster than this. By a long shot, actually. Yeah, what about main road? Okay, we can get to here. And an NPC can get in the way. Okay, you know what? There's a reason people do Mauville. We ain't doing this. I thought Lily Cove had a route. It's worse. Making a 3DS bot. Nice. I know like very little about tassing, despite being involved in Mario ROM hacking for so long. Tassing was always like a very separate community. The tassers always just do their thing. But it was a big part of it. Tassing and speedrunning and ROM hacking, the three all kind of overlap. Oh my god, please. I'm very excited to hatch, or to raise, excuse me, the first Smoochum. Right now it's sort of a split. Like, if the next one has even better IVs, then it will get to be the Jinx. But even with that, I did a little bit of damage calcing. And at 27 special attack, which is what she's got, it's still an 86% roll to one-shot Zapdos. So, of course, any 4x weakness is just obliterated. I can look into Dragonites. There might be some Dragonites that live. I kind of doubt it, though. Really, I need to start looking into, like, grass types and flying types that might live. Alright, let's catch in for the next. This is what, halfway into the box? Yeah, these are pretty slow. This is not the most engaging hunt in the world. Get all the uglies out of there, and hopefully find a nice one. Doing some EV training in Sun. Nice. I thought about EV training the Smoochum today. It was a fun stream, but right now I kind of want to at least wrap up the eggs on these cartridges and then consider if I want to continue for a second Smoochum or if I want to do different hunts. this one got like cut off right at the 5th box, which is great, which feels so good to get it so fast. Good luck. Thank you, Bishos. Yeah, this is a funny half step between what Motive and Riley are doing, where they have one single egg that they're rehatching. There's no way I just... Was that another one? No, I'm losing my mind. Where Riley and Motive do, where they have a single perfect egg, and they just rehatch that one. And then there's the flip side, where hunters will take as many eggs as they can get, and then rehatch those across multiple files. So I think this is like a nice half step, because these are all curated eggs that have perfect speed and high special attack. But they're not perfect. The Jinx I got last night has a 2 in HP and a 2 in defense, which is not good. Video got 200 views? Yo, congrats. Always want to celebrate when your videos get something. You should do, how many subscribers? How many subs have you hit? It's this SP that's a little bit brighter. That's what was throwing me off. 41 subs. Nice. Yeah, I'm a, like, Z-tier YouTube expert personnel. I have no advice worth giving. So, really, just have fun with it. Just use this. You make this platform a thing you use to have fun. This is a service YouTube owes us. And because of it, you can do what you want. Just try not to break the terms of service. Exactly, yeah. We're all here to have fun. I guess some people are here to have money, but that's fine. Yeah, yeah. Oh, whoops. What did I do wrong on this one? Whatever. This one will just... It doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything. All good. Yeah, the input, like, execution. I'm so used to, like, runaway encounters and, like, soft reset stuff. This feels very different. I'm not as used to egg hatches. So that does actually make it kind of fun. One of the other things I can practice for a 4-game setup. We'll have to see how this goes in the future. Once I'm like halfway to odds and checking on every cartridge I own, maybe I'll think this is dumb and I don't want to do it again. But of course right now it feels so more enticing. Like who else would I love to hatch shiny with like 2 good IVs? There's a lot of Pokemon that would fit the bill. Look at Tauros. Tauros would be killer. Just make sure it's Jolly with perfect attack and speed. That isn't too hard. even then, you could probably cut attack just a little bit and just go jolly perfect speed. Oh, right, I should have the thing open. Oh, right, I forgot to turn the translate thing off. Elekid. Yeah, Elekid would be a cool one. One of the issues with certain Pokemon is the fact that there's a male and female only. So like Tauros, I would need a damn good Ditto. But for Miltank, because Miltank is always female, you don't need a damn good Ditto. You can just get something else that has really high IVs. So yeah, I've considered Tyrogue, but Tyrogue would probably be the hardest one of these to do. I'd have to go get like a cracked Ditto. And I'm pretty sure all of my Dittos are bad. You guys missed an insane sneeze. Good lord. Sure hope I'm not getting sick. Oh my god. Did I press the button? I did press the button. Okay, that one I want to scrutinize just for a moment. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oops. Don't need to go to the gym. No, no, no. We need to go to the center. Messed the menuing up just a little bit, and that's fine. Yeah, eggs were not really made for multi-system hunting, fun to be honest. This is a very abstract way to be playing Gen 3. I really don't think Nintendo planned for this. Really hate when you get out of sync like this. But the only trick I've ever found to try resyncing them doesn't work so well. Hope the mouse isn't too loud. Yeah, I gotta get a better microphone setup. See, this guy's all the way here, so we gotta do something like... Yeah, you know, actually, never mind. We're just gonna let him be out of sync. Who cares? Beaveries, good luck. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. See, let's see if we can snipe the door. Okay, we're pretty close. Yeah, it'll be hard to tell on the camera. I'll have to do my best to just zoom in. But that's the trick with eggs, is that if we get one, I can just do the direct capture to show it. So this is just more proof of authenticity. Because I did learn that an egg will not appear shiny in PKHex. Because PKHex assigns it like a kind of fake filler TID based on who hatched it. It's a little bit weird. But the good news is that, yeah, you can't cheat. You can't spoil this. You're going to have to actually hatch them if you want to check. Did I hit the button? Did I hit the button? No. Damn it, I gotta turn this translate thing off. Sup, Chief? I can't tell what you said right now. Okay, there we go. Yo-yo translates to me. I love the, Is there a way to do it midstream? Would I have to have done it before I started? Stream settings. Stream health. Okay, yeah, we get all those settings. I don't think I could turn that off. I think we're just stuck with whatever YouTube decides is a different post. Whoa, stop that, Firefox. Are you guys able to translate that? That should translate. You're going for another? I am going for another. I barely got to hatch these, and if my math is right, if I was to hatch these on every single cartridge, every one that I own, I'd be looking at just under 10k hatches. So I'm thinking, you know, odds are pretty good that we can get another. But if I don't, then these are going to transition to something else that's cool, which is like a speed run of Sapphire until I can get the Mach Bike. So I'm trying to think of fun ways to keep this from just being a one-time deal, you know what I mean? I want to try and make this as involved as I could, because the whole process of making these eggs took forever. We gotta put them to something. Can't just be, oh look, I got one shiny under 600, and now all these eggs just go to waste. And Smoochum is egg only. So is Jinx. So we're going for 2. We have to. Sorry if I sound a little bit more nasally, more annoying than normal. I feel like I'm getting sick, which is never cool. Oh, I need my picture-in-picture. You think it'd be, like, way offset. There we go, that's not bad. So how are you? How are things with you? How have you been? Same with Beaveries. I saw some of the Tickler escapades. Last thing I remember was you were fighting a lead Registeel, and then Articuno came in, and I wasn't able to continue watching. So that sound, I sure hope that wasn't the end. Uh, 3,200 for Arrow? Not bad. Not bad. Arrow's a pretty good one. He's like pretty glass cannon-y. He doesn't take a lot of damage, but you can build him in a lot of fun ways depending on what you get. And of course, just being the speed king of Gen 3, that's a blessing by itself. The Golden Tower, as well as last two runs. Lost at 36 and then 43. My record then is 61. It's a cozy hunt. Yeah, Arrow is a fun one, especially when you you just like pin the professor right against the wall. He has no choice but to give you the fossil. So if I'm remembering, your team for the tower, it's Sceptile and Gyarados and somebody else. Was it Alakazam? I feel like Alakazam was in the dome. You know what's one thing I would love? Dude. Okay, that one got me. This guy tricked me once again. I thought it was... Look, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. And one more egg. Okay. It'd be nice if we had, like, trainer cards on the server, so we could just, like, kind of know what everyone's up to. You know what I mean? Welcome, Baco. I probably want to go Band or Endure Lychee. I would strongly suggest... Oh, it was meta. I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was a physical guy. If you want to do Endure Lychee, I'd really suggest Sub Lychee if you have enough HP, because the AI will sometimes throw turns with, like, paralysis or something to just try and, like do paralyze you, but you're behind a sub, so it doesn't matter. So you get the benefit of a shield and can start doing just a little bit of damage before potentially needing to sub down to Lychee. That was the last one. What am I doing? No, have I hatched the last one? Yes. Yeah, exactly. Because the only concern with Endure is that if you get Endure Thunderbolted and Thunderbolt paralyzes, like, it just kind of undoes what you were hoping for. Not to say that Endure is useless. Endure definitely has uses. Trust me. I've been loving Endure Salak in Gen 3 Little Cup because so many players just go for the KO right away and they don't realize they're just enabling my Snorunt or Larv. Yeah, I would love that. Trainer cards. I don't know how we do it. Because if you've been in enough Discord servers, you'd know some of them get pretty lame with having like a wall of text that are just like user roles. Because I don't think that's the right idea. But maybe like a channel where you could submit one. I guess the issue is we need moderators. That's the problem. It all comes back to we need moderators. Because with no moderators, nobody's going to babysit that. We're not going to get Riley to update that. So, I don't know. Nice. Oops. I still have the note on my desk telling me to turn on the light and show that I don't own a cheating device. And I have yet to remember to do that when I find a shiny. Every single time it happens, I'm in total shock and never think to use the flashlight. So I guess, you know what, just as a preemptive, because I can remember it right now. Look, guys, no cheating devices to be seen. These are all Japanese blue and red, sapphire and ruby. So there we go. And then watch, I'm gonna get another one tonight on this session. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Okay. If I did this right, it should pop right in front of the PC. Okay, I did it a little wrong. Yeah, not quite. Trying to get all 4 games in sync is really tough. Yeah, we do need to get some kind of Pokemon card, trainer card idea. That'd be fun. How many cycles? That's a great question. I want to say that they are 4,800. I don't remember. I must confess, Chief, I was pre-walking these for the first couple of batches, but I gave them up pretty quick. I realized this is too tough. Well, it's not tough. It's like, mentally, it's tough. It's mentally hard for me to keep doing this. I would hatch them by accident. It was a disaster. 6,400. So that's on the higher end. Because, yeah, what's Abra? Abra's got to be half that. 5,200. Much lower. Yeah, I always thought baby Pokemon were going to be the fastest egg cycles ever, but that's not the case. I've also noticed the first one seems to take longer out of a new batch. Not sure what that's about. You want to do a shiny Mudkip at some point? Nice. That'd be a great one. Hey, did I just forget to pick up eggs? Okay. No one laugh. You're not allowed to laugh at that. No one do laugh. Yeah, Curse Swampert. He's kind of my nemesis on the tower. Or sorry, in ADV. Because they love running Endeavor as well. Because if you do get the better of them, it's like sub Endeavor. But then they'll also run Curse. So that way they can boost their Earthquake. Yeah, no, nobody saw that. That was a little RNG manip for the video. That was not part of the game. That didn't happen. Yeah, Curse Swampert. He seems good. Endeavor is also just like your cool cheap shot. If you're like on the losing end, you'd want to be able to sub down to 1 HP as opposed to subbing down to 25 health. You'd want to have enough to do one more sub. And then you Endeavor him. Or, well, no, then you pop Salak, and then you Endeavor them so that they're at 1 HP or 4, you know, whatever, something low. There we go. AKT, I was messing with my Pokemon's IVs last night, and I went back to a different Pokemon just for the stats to go back to normal. Do I have to keep saving them? I assume you mean in PK Hex, and yeah, you do need to save it. You need to, like, set whatever you changed when you're placing it. Okay, okay. So here we can line up. We go like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's like close enough for me. That's pretty much lined up. Also, good news, Chief. If you're interested, I recorded the start of the next Gen 5 video last night. I had to do it last night for reasons that'll make sense in the video, but it's going to be a weird one. It's going to be a bit of a strange episode. Hopefully soon, you know, work does do its thing. Maybe we'll have time tonight, actually. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. They're all pink. What's the deal with that? Why are they all pink? Shouldn't they be, like, light pink? Just a bit, just a little bit lighter. Yeah, I know. Like, that one's going to trick me the most. Yeah, it already has. It has been tricking me the most. Yeah, so if you dig on the server, I posted it in the wrong channel last night because I was in a bit of a daze over the fact that I just hatched a shiny Pokemon. There is my reaction to it. It's not that interesting, but I am planning to make a big, like, Jinx egg eugenics video, which is the joke that we've been calling it, because I had to selectively make all of these eggs. So there is a live reaction if you really want to see that. It's also on my channel on the secret unlisted playlist. But I don't think it's all that interesting, because it's really just me, like, scrutinizing, hey, wait a sec. But it's the start. Because now I have to make a Jinx video. Now I'm, like, compelled, because this egg method was pretty crazy, and I got one, and I'm likely to get a second one. Oh god, what do I do? Why do I make the most weird, ambitious projects? Like, sure, it's cool. We can, you know, catch our own Pokemon from the battle tower. Wouldn't it be crazy to then go and shiny hunt one just to catch it in a ball it's not supposed to, so PK Hex always calls it illegal? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Also, let's turn him into a Ribbon Master. I should try to make a normal video once. Just like a regular, not weird, not insane video. Also, update on the Schizo stream. A friend of mine, I told a friend of mine about it, and he's like every now and then sending me just like completely unhinged music for the playlist. So it's gonna be a total jam. Is there anything we could taste test? Hang on. Just as a fun... I don't think it's on this site. Oh, yes it is. Alright, where is it? There we go, this. That's the wrong version. Yeah, it's that one, but that's like a non-terrible version. Okay, you know what? We'll work on that when I actually am planning to do that stream. Never mind, lads. Don't worry about it. Future streams will be very normal and good. Yeah, Jinx has an awesome shiny. I don't think Smoochum's a terrible one, but I think they probably should have made her a little bit more distinct, because like her hair turns silver when she evolves, so that might have been a good equivalent. Yeah, I would dread doing this for Elekid. Elekid looks identical, the exact same. That means if I want a full Gen 3 Shiny Living Dex, I have no idea how I'm going to do Elekid. There's no, like, gift one in XD, is there? Is there any sneaking way to do this that isn't X? Is there any way? Just muted to watch your reaction. Hell yeah. Welcome back. I was whining about how Elekid would be like a terrible egg taunt because Elekid looks so similar. Oops. But yeah, I think you see what I mean. It's not the most interesting reaction ever. My reactions are usually not all that explosive. But I had the moment where I was scrutinizing it, which I think is going to always happen with this gal. Was it really outside of the budget to give Smoochum silver hair? Yeah, this Smoochum, Jinx, whichever one it is, the previous one or the next one. My goal is to use it on a doubles team, specifically as a lead. And as a lead, we're probably going to turn one fake out, and our partner will do something. I don't know what it is yet. And then, like, Perish Song, because we know that we're about to die, so then I need to have something strong come in to accept whatever that hits Jinx, because Jinx is so squishy. Can't stick around for long, just wanted to say thanks. Well, I appreciate it, Sandy. You being here once is worth just enough. One of those classic shiny pops and you're looking at something else, or at least it seemed like you were looking at something else. Yeah, exactly. I was like slightly adjusting the camera because I think it was a little bit off, and right when I glanced at him I thought that one is noticeably brighter. So I'm glad I caught it. I highly doubt I will go back to, because I'm glad the footage is gone, but the first like 4 boxes, what I would do is I would literally just go check the summary and scroll through the whole box, and I started to realize, like, I'm going to notice it. This is dumb. I'm going to see it. It was just taking way too long. But that's my game plan for Jinx. In doubles, it's going to be Fake Out, Perish Song, Protect, and probably Ice Beam. But for singles, I don't think we need Perish Song or Fake Out. I think we need Bolt Beam and like sub Calm Mind. Because I went with Timid. These are all speedy gals. These are all perfect speed Jinx. So we can absolutely sub in front of something that thinks we're faster, and then it wastes turns. So we just get our free Ice Beam. Big problem, though. Mr. Man, problem for every team in the world. We are the worst matchup into Metagross you could ever ask for. Like, what do? You suck against Metagross. So I need someone who is super good against Metagross. Which thankfully Politoed is. Politoed is great against Metagross. I don't know that she gets either, actually. I should check. Right. Oh, yeah. If I said Bolt, I meant Psychic Ice. Yeah, I don't know that she gets Bolt Beam coverage. I just meant, like, dual stab coverage. Which, of course, coming off of a very high special attack stat, Psychic is not that bad. Yeah, let's investigate. Let's move the camera. Make sure it's even slightly centered. Yeah, good enough. There's no way Jynx learns Thunder Punch, does she? Seismic Toss. That's actually not bad. Metronome, of course, for the comedy. Yeah, Fake Out, Wish, Ice Punch, Psych Out, Meditate. All kind of bad, with the exception of Fake Out and Wish. And even then, Wish isn't very helpful for Jynx. Wish is helpful for a better Pokemon. Yeah, so no electric coverage. We are at the mercy of Psychic Ice, which is a pretty good combo to have. Stab Psychic, no less. Or sorry, I'm Stab Ice. A lot of the guys firing off Ice Beams are not Stab. When I was running the calcs last night with 0 investment in special attack, my Ice Beam is still one-shotting every Salamence. Yeah, true. I can understand them not wanting to give her Fire Punch. Same with Metagross, he isn't allowed to have Fire Punch. But then they'll do, like, doesn't it learn Brick Break? Doesn't it learn, like, fighting moves? Learns Counter, Mega Punch, Body Slam, Double Edge. Okay, I was wrong about Brick Break. Shadow Ball's fine. And Skill Swap. Skill Swap may not be the worst idea ever, because Jynx has like a fake ability. Oblivious is not that helpful. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Elekid getting Ice Punch is why he's so damn strong in Little Cup. I also learned today the hard fact. My Larvitar, that is, not the Tyranitar, after a +1 Salac, was still outsped by a Elekid. And that's just, like, terrible news. +1 couldn't help me. Yeah, no, Jynx cannot break bricks. She can summon a Shadow Ball and learn, like, Mega Punch. Smoochum, there she is. How you doing, Dryad? I think Smoochum probably is my favorite of these guys. Because I did use a Smoochum in a Fire Red playthrough. I had to sort of illegally do some things using Pokemon Box to give myself a Smoochum egg. But a early Ice type really does just rip Kanto apart. It was awesome. So much fun. So this method, what I'm doing right now, is also a little bit cheesy. What I did was put the eggs on, just say this one, just the Japanese Sapphire. Then plug the Japanese Sapphire into my GBX and copy the save. Then take the cartridge and plug it back into box, take all of the eggs off of it, then go back to the GBX and flash the save with all of the eggs. So what I'm doing is rehatching the exact same eggs. Like, this is the same Jinx across all 4 games. Let's just check real quick. All modest, or sorry, all timid. Yeah, the exact same stat. So this is the same gal across 4 games. But because the TID is different between all 4 of them, they all have their own chance of rolling it shiny. So I hope that isn't too complicated. I hope this stream isn't just like me rambling like a nutcase about egg RNG technicalities. I hope you guys are enjoying it on some level. This doesn't sound just insane and boring. Eggs are very strange in Pokemon. Did you evolve? Interesting you mention that. So, Fire Red has an interesting failsafe. If ever you've played the game and you had your Golbat try to evolve with Friendship, it gets denied. What the game is actually doing there is not preventing a Johto Pokemon from showing up. It's preventing an evolution that's outside of 151. So because Smoochum would evolve into Jinx, it's still denied. So it didn't evolve into Jinx. It was a Smoochum until I traded it out and then made it a Jinx. I'm glad you brought that up. That's something I've wanted to do a video about, the weird restrictions Fire Red has on the game. Because, like, you're not allowed to trade eggs into Fire Red. I think Game Freak got smart to the tricks players were pulling in Ruby and Sapphire, because I did tons of runs in Ruby and Sapphire where I just trade in an egg you're not supposed to have and then crush the game. But they really cracked down on that in Fire Red, and then it's like nearly impossible in Emerald. Your best hope in Emerald is apparently there's an exploit with Colosseum. Colosseum will let you trade anything in. In fact, if I remember, oops. Okay, you see right there, it says 238 for Jinx's number. Let's just try and get that on screen for everyone. Oops. Weird. So these two, it may be too hard to see on the camera. I'll wait for the thing to catch up. There's no number. If I bring them up really close, you see, left game, Jinx has a number, or Smoochum, 238. This one, no number. That's because this game doesn't have the national dex. And Ruby Sapphire, they're cool with you having non-national dex Pokemon, but Fire Red and Leaf Green really, really did not want you to do that. Oops. Hang on. Broke the counter. I just noticed that with the Golbat back in the day, and I just thought it was a dex thing and not that deep. Yeah, it's very weird. Yeah, no evolutions from outside 151. So if you're a Pichu, too bad. You're not evolving. Also for like other ones, if you bring a Numel into the game, he'll never evolve until you get the national dex. Very funny. Very interesting that's how they decided to do this. They call me the egg farmer. The omelet man. They call me the scrambler. They call me sunny side up. What are some other egg jokes? This is egg comedy hours. We make egg jokes in the server. The egg cracker. The full carton. The double yolk. Kind of run out. I think that's every joke about eggs that exists. Mr. Benedict. That's a damn good one, actually. Mr. Benedict. I like that a lot. What's that other thing they have with eggs? Isn't it like hollandaise? I have to look into what that means as a joke. Yeah, Chief, if you want to look up something that's kind of messed up, if you look at like a chicken and the size of the chicken compared to a chicken egg, there's a pretty big difference. You could say it's like 10 times the size. You should look up a kiwi egg, because a kiwi egg, it's like almost the exact same size as the kiwi. I don't understand why their eggs are not really small. They're like almost the same size as the critter. So that's weird. That's kind of insane. We should make an egg tier list. Yeah, no, isn't it messed up? Like, why does this animal not know how to do something different? You know, you look at like robins or quails or even pigeons, like any of those animals, which are much larger, they make eggs that are not huge. They're pretty small. Okay, we'll go to 92, and then I'm gonna get up real quick. Alright, you guys will see if it's shiny before I do. Doesn't look like any of them are shiny. Alright. You tried. You tried to fool me. You almost did it. Did I press the button? Yes. Oh yeah. I'm getting tired of this game looking slightly brighter. Stop that. Which one is this? Yeah, it's Moko Michi. This is the file that actually did find it. I'll show you something funny in the PC. Let's just get all ready first. Oh, really on box 9. Damn, these are going by fast. Maybe this isn't as long. It just feels long when I was new to it. So I will let you guess, based on what you're looking at in this box 5, which egg was the shiny Jinx. It's still, yeah, I know. I'm still losing it. But yeah, you take your guess. Which critter in this box do you think was the was the Jinx? You know, you might be onto something. Oh my god, menuing is like weirdly hard to do in the PC with multiple games. No, I think you got it. You got it. Yeah, when I hatched it yesterday, that was the slot, and I just replaced it with a surfing Zigzagoon because I needed to get to Shoal Cave so that I could hatch it in Shoal Cave. Which to me is awesome. Just a little spoiler for you, Chief. I got something cool planned tonight. I'm gonna make another one of those YouTube shorts that I like making, where it's like a direct shot of my CRT, and I'm gonna be evolving Jinx or evolving Smoochum into Jinx in Shoal Cave, in the little underground icy spot. Just for fun, just for a cool clip video. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I really should research getting a specific camera to record the CRT because my phone doesn't really do it justice. It doesn't look great. But people seem to like it, even though it doesn't look amazing. So, the search will continue. That was a mistake. You don't want to go past that girl because she can block you. And then you're stuck. Again, stop that. You think so? Yeah, it's well. Like then I would actually want like a bad camera, because the issue with this one is that it isn't really capturing what's on the TV that well. It like isn't at the right shutter rate, so anytime the screen flashes black or white, it interprets it as different frames. I should just get an old shitty camera. How close are we? We're close. Tell you what, Chief, just for you, we're gonna do a funny joke parody comedy video joke. I don't know if the game's gonna let me do this actually. So what I can do is bring... Oh no, but I don't want to save. Right. What I was going to do is trade over the egg that I know is shiny into this file so I could do it live, just so you could see a direct comparison. But I do have the means to do that. Do I? Are you allowed to trade if you have one Pokemon and one egg? Yeah, I've seen Motive do that. Yeah, hang on. Here's what we'll do. I need the link cable, though. Just to make sure everyone else is on the same page. This was what? Box 7? I just want to make sure everyone's moved on to box 8, right? That was box 9. Oh, we're only halfway. Oh. I might have messed something up. Well, okay, as long as these two are, like, on screen, I should remember. Yeah, the Schizo Hunt. Like I was saying, I got some more music planned for it. But yeah, real quick, just as a fun thing, just for you, Chief, my loyal follower. You're gonna see something pretty cool here. Sorry, hit the camera, punch the camera. Crouching jab, crouching short into close forward into super. Is it gonna let me do this? I don't know if it's gonna let me do this. Dude, oh my god, that would be so bad. Elekid in like the video's the most out of focus, so I have to ask somebody, yo, is that one shiny? Oh yeah, it can be here. And then for you, it doesn't matter what egg we take. Let's take this one. Yeah, I have made progress on the Schizo Hunt. A friend of mine has been giving me good song suggestions. I don't know if it's going to let us trade with just one Pokemon and just one egg. But I think it will. I think I've seen Motive do this. Can you hatch eggs in here? We're gonna find out, actually. This is a bit of research. You can't hatch eggs in here. Egg steps are, like, paused, right? Yeah, I've got one of the Absolute Gem songs that we'll have to play. during the stream. I'm spoiling it a little bit, but don't worry, you're gonna hear this song on repeat for a long time during that stream. There we go. Maybe even have it just a little too loud so it's annoying. This will be good. This is how you make people want to watch your streams. Okay, now just for the meme. Oh yeah, this will be fun. Okay, all of my plans have come together. Okay. So now we go back in the PC. I don't know why I was planning on hatching straight away. No, we need to go to the PC to make it look a little bit funny. I'm gonna make it in like the middle of the pack, just so that we can pretend. This is such a stupid idea. Now I'm all like confused where I was doing this, but it's fine. So I've got the shiny one on the file where it's going to be the most, that looks the most suspicious. So you'll know for sure, oh, that's what that actually would look like. And we're on box 9. Okay, is everybody in position? Okay, you guys, well behaved, doing what you're supposed to. Okay, that's you, where we're going to be performing some theatrics. Okay, I'll just have to remember to do a single other one. Yeah, nobody worry about it. A lot of setup just to prank a friend of mine, but it'll be worth. The worst part is that he already knows. Yeah, let's go with this one. Unbelievable sound trap in this game. All right, I hope everyone's ready. Short intermission, but we are ready. One of these is going to hatch shiny, believe it or not. You can disbelieve it. I sure hope nobody like new joins. If somebody new joins, we're in trouble. How do I like make us? I'll just block someone if they join. Someone's asking questions, and get them out of here. Oh, why did you hatch first? Yep, keep your eyes peeled. One of these smoochums is not like the others. Whoa! You see how you can barely even tell? You see how it barely even looks different? You can tell when you know to look for it, but when you don't, it's like, huh. So there it is, Chief. I hope that's your indicator. That's what it looks like. I think it was position 2. We'll do just one more, and then I'll do the solo hatch. Just to keep everything in line. Oops. Yeah, back to normal. Yeah, I know, Caden. Wasn't that crazy? Yeah. Damn, how does he know? It would be like the most scummy thing to just like trade the egg into trade all 4 into one file and say, look, I'm just gonna hatch 4 in a row. That'd be awesome. How you doing, Caden? How are things? Oh, you know what else this is helpful for? Is I can leave the shiny in with like a field of regular Smoochums, so that way I can scroll through, and if I wasn't paying attention, I'll know for sure that one of them looked different. Just like a test. Because if you guys have ever hunted Abra or Clefairy in the game corner, that's like a bit of anxiety you get, is that you're scrolling by too fast. The idea is alright. Yeah, we did this right. Okay, you are just going to be a little test solo to get caught up with everyone else. Hunting for Bulbasaur and Leaf Green. I'm in the lab and on Switch. But not on Switch, on an actual card. Oh, hell yeah. Started my forever save a week ago. Man, best of luck. I hope that you get a lot of good time, good mileage out of it. Right, we don't need... No. We need these games to sit still while I just go pop this one egg. So that way we're caught up. Yeah, I've been... Oh, excuse me, wanting to do that. I want to do a forever save. I would probably go Ruby first, because Ruby was the first Gen 3 game I played, and really the first Pokemon game I played and, like, was able to read and understand. Okay, everything is in sync. Oh, nice. Is this a secret DTQ, or are you going to reveal? Yeah, scrolling by, you would absolutely notice this one. Yeah, if it's a secret, then don't tell me, but if it isn't, I would love to know what you're planning. There's one thing I'm really excited for. If you've seen us talking about the GV USB 2. Yeah, I think that's what it is. No, that's a flash, that's the flash card thing. The GBA Link device. The DTQ you can reveal, nice. There's this device that's gonna let us plug the Game Boy Advance straight into a USB-C, and we can do like online battles. And when that happens, one thing I really want to try is what you do. It's like a friend quest, where this concept is that you pick 3 guys and I pick 3 guys, and I need to hunt 3 for you, and you need to hunt 3 for me, and then we both end up with a full team of 6. I think that would be so fun to do in the full odds games, because you can't do that until like Gen 5 or onwards. One of the games where you have online. Venusaur, Primeape, Zam, Kingler, my guy. Jolt and Dodrio. It's a very fast team. I quite like that. Dodrio is killer. Kingler is a very good one. They're all like kind of green, I'm realizing. They're kind of, well, Zam isn't, but the rest, they're very green. That's going to be killer. I'm excited to see that. Yeah, wouldn't it? I can't wait. It's not Kickstarter. They're doing a different crowdsourcing thing. But their original scope was to release it in July of next year. But because they got so much funding, they changed that to actually it's probably going to be January next year. So we're like immediately cut off 6 months. So this is incredible. Used to not be so crazy about green, but now you love them? Man. A lot of them are good. My favorite's undoubtedly Kabutops. I think Shiny Kabutops is just one of the very best. One of the very best ever. He was on my Fire Red DTQ, but because I'm a filthy multi-system hunter, it wasn't really a DTQ. It's more like I have the team collected and will do a playthrough with them. But yeah, Kabutops is killer. It's unfortunate he's not that good in Gen 3. I wish he was stronger. Yep, exactly. Just one of the very best. You would want battle armor? I don't remember what mine has. I think it is battle armor. If you aren't aware, Caden, Shiny Kabuto is my one most blessed hunt that I'll never be able to convince anyone this is what happened. So before Kabutops, I asked a friend of mine if I could borrow his Fire Red because I wanted to shiny hunt Moltres. And I got Moltres pretty quick. So with 4 systems, one of them just got Moltres. The next night, I was setting up for Kabuto. And the setup is pretty simple. You need to get the guy into a specific position in the room, but you need to have a lead party member that is statused, because the Fire Red menu, so I'm not hatching eggs right now, the menu, your Pokemon does like a little bounce animation if they're full health, but if they're status, they don't bounce, so you can immediately menu to the next guy. So I did that on game 1, and nothing. So it's like, all right, game 1 set up. Perfect. I go to game 2, go through the hoops of getting statused, and do my 1 test encounter, and the scientist gives me the green Kabuto right away. It's the fastest hunt I will ever have. It was 2 resets. And I will never be able to convince anyone that this is what happened, because it's so ridiculous. 2 resets for Kabuto. I had 4 games. I didn't even get to set up the other games. So that was a pretty out-of-body experience. Oh, yeah, sorry, Cheat. I did do it. Trust. It looks like how you'd expect. It's pretty hard to tell. Swift Swim is battle for the frontier. Well, it's tricky. Like, never getting crit is an awesome superpower. And Swift Swim is nice if you can get it set up. So, like, if you're in doubles, maybe, you Swords Dance and your teammate sets up Rain, that could be pretty sick. I think there's ways to make it work. But, though, it's hard to deny how nice Battle Armor is. Yeah, 2 resets. My most legendary, shortest ever. Totodile, you got it in 4? Man. That is fast. It was a few years ago. Yeah, same for me. This Moltres into Kabuto within 24 hours was sometime in 2024? 2023 maybe? I'd have to check my phone when I took the picture. But yeah, Kabuto was this insane, like, out-of-body experience. It felt like my view was, like, super zoomed out. 647 for a bat, you know? It's under 1k. Under 1k is always a damn blessing. Six and 14k, that's damn fast. I have to pull up the numbers. My, like, most efficient, most successful hunt was for Misdreavus. And Misdreavus is a 20%. So 20%, that's kind of hard. But my luck was off the damn charts. Can I find this? Hang on, lads. Trying to find something. In this folder? It was 11 phases for Misdreavus, and it was 60k encounters total. We're gonna post this on YouTube, and if it gets formatted bad, it's YouTube's fault. Oh, it's too long? What? Oh my god. I didn't even think YouTube had a restriction. I'll post it in the forbidden channel on the Discord. When you're in a call, there's a channel. And that one, where there's a picture of my Jinx with her IVs. Right after that, I post my Lost Cave phases. Just cracked luck. Oh, you know what? I probably could have put it on OBS. Whatever. Whatever. This is funnier. Confusing the masses. Yeah, sometimes you just get ridiculous luck on a long hunt. It makes me both excited and a little nervous to try Ralts, because it would be awesome to have some top tier Ludicolo's and Shiftries, but the Pooch and Zigzagoon, you know, I just don't care. I just don't want them that much. Yeah, it was a ridiculous hunt. If you ever wondered why do I have so many good Gengars, that's why. They all came from that hunt. Yeah, I've been thinking, Ralts seems, because it's such a legendary badge of honor. If you want to be a Gen 3 hunter, you have to have done Ralts, at least at some level. You like Shiny Pooch and you want a Ludi? Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Pooch looks good. I just know he doesn't have any battle prowess. He's not going to be very useful. But, I say that, he would also have Runaway. And Runaway is pretty useful at every level. So yeah, there'd be uses. Having Shiny pick up Ziggs, that'd be fun. There's the 1% Surskit, which no one's going to find. Oh yeah, we're going back to God Hands. Sorry if that's a little loud. Hope it isn't too loud. I'll try speaking louder. I'm also really itching to do Hoenn starters. Because I have... If you were curious, Chief, these two files, number 4 and number 1, these are our Battle Tower gamers. These are the ones that have killer records in the Battle Tower right now. But this one I saved. I made a backup of my save at Birch's bag. So if ever I want to, I can restart, and my trainer ID will be, it's pretty hard to see, it's 05750. And then this one, Remelia, she has 45000, so 45,000. These two both have cool trainer IDs. You get Intim and you get Thief at least. I'm sure Beaveries could make it work. Maybe. I wouldn't put it past him making it work. My concern is, can I make it work? Yeah, the ID hunt was super fun on these two games. And they will get a shiny in the Battle Tower. Don't worry about that. It just hasn't happened yet. I'm about to hit the big 500. If we can get it under 600 twice in a row, I think I will have to do something to prove to people I don't own a Game Shark, because that's just crazy. That's just insane to get 2 of them that fast. I think it should go without saying, but no, I have never cheated on my shiny hunts. The only thing you could consider cheating was that Emerald early frame, where I have an early frame on my Emerald and I deliberately hit it all over the place, but that was like very clearly I kept saying I'm not keeping these shinies, I don't want to keep them. My Fire Red has 404. Yo, I like that one. Yeah, I'll be the next Amaryllis. Yeah, 404, that's a good one. There's no way. Am I losing my mind? No, okay. Yeah, this one, 41, 8, 10. That's just fine. 59206. That's okay. These are just regular old numbers. Yeah, exactly. Yep. All earned. Are we really on box 10? I guess it'll start being faster to go left. Nice, lads. I didn't think this would go this quick. Maybe I've been more attentive than I realize. Yeah, trying this with just one single game, really slow. I tried doing a single box, the Riley method, the Riley and Motive method, where you just run in Oldale with running shoes. It sucks. It was so bad. So then my thought was, what if I try a speed run to Mauville so I can get the Mach Bike? So I learned a little bit about the speed run, and I did kind of a slow first attempt, and I got there in just a little over an hour. So that is what we're going to call desperation mode. If I hatch these on every cartridge and just don't find it, desperation mode will be making a new save file just to check it in Mauville. So potentially look forward to that. We might become a junior Sapphire speedrunner. Literally just to hatch eggs. I was also very proud. I was able to set up the mail glitch without a tutorial. So, if I'm lucky and I get a Zigzagoon that picks up a rare candy, the run would be even easier because I could just beat the game with a super Swampert. Not beat the game, you know, I just get to where I can get to the Mach Bike. You know, I know we have a lot of Gen 4 fans in the audience, but what's the deal? Like, what happened to Smoochum Sprite in Heart Gold? She looks pretty weird. Her Sprite in Diamond and Pearl was actually just copied from this game, but the one in Heart Gold, she looks pretty wild. Yeah, the eyes look very strange. They start to look like a bug. Oh yeah, that's secretly one of the best Gen 2 sprites. Very few Pokemon are born with their fist clenched, ready to do battle. Oops. Well, you know, think about it. Electabuzz, not in the Elite Four, not in Lance's team. Magmar, not in the Elite Four, not in Blaine's team. Jinx, in the Elite Four. So yeah, I think she is the strongest of the trio, despite being weak to fire. The psychic benefit is just too big. Yeah, when Jacob was doing his eggs, I kept telling him, hope you get Smoochum. Hoping for Shiny Smooch, get Shiny Smoochum. Because I was still in my egg process at the time. Yeah, so without going over the whole controversy for why Jinx was changed, the rationale for Gen 2 was to actually just make Jinx's sprite her shiny sprite. So I don't know what the difference was for Japanese Jinx, what Japanese Jinx looks like shiny in Gen 2. But that was the solution for the Western release, was to just give her the shiny sprite. Yeah, I don't know about Bulbapedia and Pokemon BB, anything like that, with their sprite they're listing. But yeah, Jinx was changed to be her shiny form in Gen 2. I don't know about Smoochum though. I don't know why they would have to change her. Do we just hatch, or do we just... Did I miss the button? I missed the button. Yeah, it is. I see what you mean. Yeah, she has a lot more of an orange hair in Gold and Silver. Alright, back to the grind. I may have to go after this box, I'm not sure. Kick out of Smoochum, harboring pent-up rage. Yep, she is not here for fun. We're here to win. My Jinx is absolutely going to be a doubles winner, even if she has to die like turn 2. I wish Beaveries was around. He could tell me, like, what's a good partner for Jinx, because we're guaranteed a fake out. We're guaranteed to deny 1 turn, so who's like who really benefits from that? My op gets 1 turn taken away. Like a great way to interrupt Quick Claw users. Quick Claw users just get their item turned off for 1 turn. Yeah, exactly. She's a martyr. we fully accept setting up Perish Song and then dying because that's just free switch in. And we're fast. We outspeed all of the Salamence and Zapdos and all of those guys who we one-shot anyway. So I'll have to look into which grass types I don't exactly one-shot. And also who's weak to Psychic. Yeah, you know, I can see Heracross being trouble. Do I have any good shiny fire types? Oops, wrong game. Yeah, how deep into this box are we? Well, it doesn't look like too deep. Yeah, we're at 10. I think I'm gonna hatch the end of this box and then stop. That's okay with everyone. Yeah, it was about 2 hours. It's not as fast as normal hunts that I'm used to. So I probably will do these in like thirds, if that makes sense. Maybe halves. I'd like to do halves. I'd like to be able to just hatch 7 boxes in one sitting. But yeah, that is like 3 hours. These are the things we do just to get perfect stats. Oh yeah. Yeah, who benefits being next to Jinx? Well, Fake Out means a free move, and that can be pretty devastating for a banded physical attacker, like, say, a Tauros or Metagross. They get a free move. There's also the option of some kind of setup guy in doubles, somebody that wants to Belly Drum or Swords Dance or something. However, that's a very passive turn 1. I'm still taking 1 attack, which is not great. So the other option would be Jinx in the back. Somebody dies, and then we bring in Jinx to halt them, and we get a free move with one of our guys. The only other egg move I could have gone with that Jinx would get any benefit from was Wish, and that's not really for Jinx though. The Wish would be going to somebody better who would benefit, but that's more of a singles strategy. That's not going to help out in doubles that much. I don't think, at least. Yeah, it is a hard thing to be good at. One idea, when I was still making the eggs, Beavery suggested to me was to try with like a lead Salamence or a lead Lottie, because both of those are really going to bait an ice move. So then Jinx could come in, eat the ice move, and then we get our fake out, on top of the fact that we also had a turn last turn. Because Jinx is too squishy to be switching in. She's going to die to everything. Stray Earthquake. Is there a physical hit that she resists? No. No, that doesn't exist. She doesn't resist any physical hits, so that's bad. But even if she did, terrible physical defense and low health. We are a glass cannon. We hit really damn hard and go very fast, and have a couple of cool gimmick moves. Like Perish Song, but also Lovely Kiss, the move that puts people to sleep. That's really annoying. Hardwalled by Houndoom, hardwalled by Metagross. It's an uphill battle. There's some places where Jinx is going to struggle. But that makes me think Politoed might actually be a good teammate. A double Perish Song team might be insane. True. Slowbro, Slowking. They're not great. I guess Sharpedo are pretty bad into for however often that comes up. I feel like an Ice Beam is going to do over 60% to a Sharpedo. Okay, that's the last of this match. Now I just need to write down I made it to box 10. Yeah, 20 per inventory is awesome. Oh my god. So, Chief, I got a funny game I want you to do is close your eyes. And in like a second or two, I'm going to assume your eyes are closed. So I guess you can cheat right now if you wanted to. But what I've done is I've put the shiny Jinx in here. This box, which has all of them. So once I'm done, I'm going to deposit, and I'm going to skim through them all really quickly. And I want you to see if you can spot it. Because we're back to the grind now, back to biking. I'll move that game closer so it's a little bit easier, because it is pretty tough to see with the resolution. I should... Do I want to get a better camera? You know, not really. This is very serviceable. Oops. Yeah, this one works, and I don't want these videos to be all that high budget. I want them to be kind of low budget to filter out anyone that's wanting really high quality stuff. Eyes were closed. Perfect, perfect. Of course, there's going to be stream delay, but just you mentally, I want you mentally to be thinking, I'm trying to spot one that's slightly different. Not knowing where it is, not knowing exactly where to look for. In fact, I don't even know its exact position. I'm just going to menu pretty quick. Yeah, if ever you've considered the Abra hunt, it's good practice for that. The Game Corner Abra, not the Granite Cave Abra. That's the way more swag one to get, to be honest. I can consider it, but not really anymore since I got the swag one. Yeah. It is cozy though. It is super fun. But if you want one that's similar, I would strongly suggest the Clefairy hunt. When you buy like a half a box worth of Clefairies and go and check those, that one's so much more satisfying. Because one, it doesn't take as long to buy them all. And two, you don't have to really scrutinize them that hard. You don't even need to go into inventory. The Clefairy's ears are pretty apparent. So I would huge recommend doing that. All right. What? They're all normal. Okay, so I'm gonna get you situated a little bit like this. Oh, that's like HD. Damn, we're streaming in 4K now. Look at that. You want to do the other ones? Okay, maybe playing with the stream. Want to do Dratini, maybe Scyther. Yeah, you got options. I kind of need the select button. Hang on. Okay, I made it to box 10, so I gotta remember we're at box 11. Really quick, gotta pull you up. For Jinx, we did box 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're at 600 hatches. So really it's 604. Nice, over halfway. Alright, I hope you're ready. We're going to be testing the capabilities. So I'm going to go through these, going to go through them a little bit quickly. So let's get the camera. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to watch the video. Yeah, I think it's pretty noticeable because the background changes too. 16. Oh, damn, he was counting. Yo, was it 16? 6, 12. Damn, he's good. Look at that. He was counting. I wasn't counting. I was just going through. Nice, nice. Well, I appreciate you showing up. This is a kind of an impromptu stream. I may even do Battle Tower later tonight. I kind of just wanted to grind some eggs and figured I may as well do this. But yeah, fun hanging out. I appreciate you showing up, and I will catch you guys sometime soon.